Okay, as far as Latin pop music, it's generally like American pop. It has, it's very melodic driven, very lyric driven, and interpreter driven. And the music is just straight ahead pop type of music. Reggaeton and that kind of street salsa, but bachata is more dance oriented. So it's more about the catchy beat with the hooks and the interpreter who has swing. It's not really lyric driven as much as pop. Then you got ranchera, which is a whole other world, which basically it's a very folkloric music that it's interpreted a certain way, and they have their certain songs, and the interpreters that they interpret that kind of music, they have to sound a certain way, because that's the history of that type of music. You have Latin rock en español, which they're heavy into U2 and the Stones, and basically those older Queen, those older historic groups in Argentina. So you have to understand what that's about, because they really try to interpret that when they do rock en español in those countries down there in the southern part of South America. What else you have? Yeah, norteño music that's a little bit that's a cross between cumbia and country. That because that's the northern part of Mexico. I guess it's close to Texas, so you have a little bit of country sound, you have a little bit of cumbia sound. It's really, really unique. I mean, it's a fascinating market to really get into, and it's difficult, but once you understand it, it's really fascinating, and it's never boring, because things always come up every day that you're like, oh, I didn't expect this to succeed. So it's really fun.
And reggaeton was another one?
Reggaeton is like the new salsa to an extent. It's based on bomba y plena music from Puerto Rico, some reggae, some hip-hop, and some salsa. It's got a little bit of all that stuff in there. It's not really any one thing, but it's a little bit of all that stuff mixed in. But it's danceable music. I've had records that I've produced on that is more driven by me because they required it. There are times when it's the same genre of music that's more driven by the artist, who's a great artist, as a Mark Anthony type of guy. For the most part, it depends. It all depends. It all depends on the situation and what's required of you to do, the experience of that artist in the recording studio, of knowing what's out there in the world. Because I might have the experience of the world, but they don't, because they're young. So I have to teach them. So at that point, it becomes more producer-driven. If that artist is experienced and they're great artists, then at that point, we just work together, and I just lay back more and let them just do their thing, and I'll follow them. So it depends on the situation.